that I would.
AM 1220 KHTS, your hometown station. Prima Pediatrics Healthcare Hour. You can find more info at primapediatrics.net. Primapediatrics.net. Easy for me to say. And also 424-9000 for more information. Call that number. And I have Dr. Feldman in studio with me. And we're talking about, this is a stressful time of year for kids, and we're talking about stress relievers. And we started off by talking about exercise and how important that is. 30 minutes a day, an hour a day, if you can just block out some time to go on a walk or just go jump off of stuff and run around a little bit with your kids, that is extremely important. So, but we want to talk now about maybe some other stress relievers. So we got exercise. We're exercising 30 minutes a day. Kids are still stressed out.
Kids are still stressed out. Then take a look at their sleep.
Okay.
Sleep is one of the most important things.
And this is something we've talked about on a previous show, how important sleep is.
That is right. It is so important. It's important to the immune system. It's important for healing when you have been sick. It's important for paying attention in class and being able to do well in school. And unfortunately, as we've talked about before, the schools are really not designed for good sleep habits for the older kids. But at least inculcate the good habits when they're younger. Get them to bed on time. Turn off the TV.
No TVs in the bedroom.
Have a TV in the bedroom. Those are capital letters. And, the important thing is, now, music is another story. That's not a bad choice. Of course, you don't want your kid to be jazzed up with music.
Yeah, no Metallica when you go into bed or something.
Exactly, yeah. But something calm and soothing, whatever, and definitely read bedtime stories. I don't care how much homework your kid has. I don't care how old they are. We didn't stop reading bedtime stories in our household till my youngest was finishing junior high.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because we just got into it, and I got my kids into it, and after each of them got old enough to read, I'd have them each read at first a sentence, then a paragraph, and then we would do it with dramatics, and it became like a family thing every night. That was bedtime story, and it was a way to get ready for bed. Everybody get in their pajamas, they'd have their baths and everything like that, and they'd sit down and do it. Now, of course, once they were in high school, it's a little harder.
Yeah, a little bit tough.
But actually, until the youngest was in junior high, which was when the older two were already in high school, that was the way to do it. Yeah. So, bedtime story is a great idea, especially if you've got an elementary school age kid. That is just like the best because it takes their mind off their worries. It removes them from their own concerns and puts them into somebody else's story.
And so it kind of gets them in the mode to relax and go to sleep, right?
Right. And it's great cuddling time. And you know what? That's another thing that can really relieve stress. Cuddle with your kids. Okay. Hug them. Touching. Actually, human touch has got a tremendous effect. It not only affects emotions, it affects the immune system. Again, the immune system is one of those really tricky things. It takes everything to keep it up to where it's supposed to be.
Really?
So it needs lots of personal touch, actual touching.
I know that.
It needs, your body needs all that stuff to function at its top level. So give your kids lots of hugs. Smile, even if you don't feel like smiling. Because if you smile, everybody else starts to smile. It's very contagious. Giggle, laugh, tell jokes.
I wanted to ask you one quick thing about sleeping. Is it more important? I know it's important all the time, but is it more important this time of year when flu season is at its peak?
Absolutely.
It's for the kids to get enough sleep?
100%. It is more important right now because everything affects the immune system. You can't affect the bugs that are traveling around, but you can affect the ability to fight them off. And that's why sleep is so important right now. And if you're sleep deprived, your immune system is down, and then you will get sick. And if you're already sick, your body is not going to be able to efficiently fight off those germs if it's not rested.
My poor wife. With our 11-month-old. Oh, man.
I know. My daughter, the same. My daughter was complaining to me last night that she was like, she's exhausted because the baby has been up because she had a cold.
Yeah. So we got exercise. Look at your kids' sleep. If they're not getting a good night's rest, then that could lead to more stress. A good way to get them into the mode of sleep relaxing is reading bedtime stories.
Right.
Which is something I do, and I didn't know I was relieving my son's stress, so that's good news.
You want to know something? You're also relieving your own.
Oh, okay. That's good, too. All right. Good. Good.
And for the mothers of infants, by the way, just as a side, it's not for your kid, but for yourself as well, is breastfeeding is the best way to relieve stress. It is actually a physiologic tension reliever. It works better than Valium. It's a smooth muscle relaxant.
Wow.
When you breastfeed, you release Pitocin and relaxin. Relaxin is the smooth muscle relaxant hormone that enables the milk to flow.
Really?
Yeah, and so you sit down, and within about 5 minutes, you may as well have had a glass of wine or taken a Valium. It's better. It's better than either one of those. It's like, oh my God, this is nirvana.
Okay, so we're going to take another break. But I want to talk a little bit more about stress relievers, because I feel like those are two really big things. Those are probably two of the biggest. Sleep and exercise are probably the two best ways to relieve stress for your kids.
And human touch.
And human touch, that's right. And human touch is very important. And so when my son's fighting to cuddle with me, I'm going to just hold him down and just have him cuddle with me. Is that a thing to do?
You just give him
Might stress him out a little bit. Yeah.
Unless he's really getting stressed, in which case then you start laughing and tickling.
Yeah, that's a good thing too. Yeah. So I want to talk about that, but I also want to talk, it's cold season too. It's not just flu season, it's cold season.
Absolutely.
And there's some myths maybe that I want to debunk. That hopefully my wife is listening, so we can talk about that.
Absolutely.
This is the Prima Pediatrics Healthcare Hour on AM 1220 KHTS.